Grab audio summit number 1. That's what I want to do. Let's go back to yesterday, me on this program. Here's what's going to happen. The legend is Belichick's genius, and that's how this is all going to end up. Tell you what's going to happen. Belichick didn't call timeout. 40 seconds left. Second and goal. 40 seconds. The story is that the Patriots had capitulated, given it meaning, let them score with as much time left and get down for a field goal that would tie it. That's the thinking. Capitulation, not conceding. Capitulate, just don't contest. Let them score the touchdown. Belichick is going to be said to be a genius. What's going to be said, and it may have been said already other place, I don't know, because I haven't listened, as I never do. But the key, Belichick not calling a timeout, they're going to say that Belichick not calling a timeout lured Pete Carroll into making the mistake. That Belichick's genius, by having the defensive personnel in the game that he had at that point, was a lure. That's exactly it. What personnel did Belichick have in the game? He had 3 quarterbacks. He did not have a standard goal line defense. He had 8 guys lined up in the box. I mean, he played for the run, but he didn't have 2 cornerbacks, 2 safeties. He had 3 quarterbacks and a safety in there. So he wasn't running a standard nickel defense, which you don't do in the goal line anyway. But this, not calling the timeout, that was genius because, well, the Seahawks expected Belichick to call a timeout. And they were going to use the New England timeout to take the time, it'd be a 30-second timeout in that circumstance, to discuss on the sideline what to do. Throw a pass, run the ball with Lynch or whatever, but Belichick outfoxed them, yes. Belichick lured them into losing the game by not calling the timeout. And the Seahawks waiting for the timeout, which was never called. Time ran off the clock. Seahawks panic and decide, all right, let's throw the ball, and that's the genius of Belichick. That's what I said is going to happen. Here it is. In the it's the Washington, this is USA. Didn't know where would. Damn it! I'm getting so sick and tired of these things I print, not identifying. Looks like it's the Washington Post, but it's a USA Today picture. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's either Washington Post, USA Today. Bill Belichick made a sneaky, smart decision that might have contributed to fatefully luring in Pete Carroll. Pete Carroll's confounding last-minute play call Sunday night will be discussed and dissected and debated for as long as they play Super Bowls. And they go on to say that Belichick not calling a timeout just totally discombobulated. Exactly what I said. I mean, just exactly what I said. Audio sound bites, a little montage here. Various sports personages making the same thing from yesterday and last night.
You just get the feeling Bill Belichick knew what was coming.
I thought he really outcoached the Seahawks.
I don't know what he was thinking not calling that timeout, but it's probably the greatest play of his career that he didn't call. It's pretty remarkable.
Belichick didn't use had timeout. Pete Carroll maybe found himself with a bounty of options suddenly that really weren't that bountiful after all.
This guy's made out to be a genius. If, in fact, Belichick looked at that setup and he saw 3 wide receivers and he thought to himself, let them run that play. We have it. And then he didn't call a timeout for that reason. He's the smartest guy ever.
See, so it's gone from the Seahawks just making an absolute bonehead call to they were lured, trapped, and suckered into making a bonehead call by the brilliance of Belichick. Now, I suppose, folks, it could be. The one thing, if it's true, Belichick is never going to own up to this. Belichick has always downplayed his own genius and everything else. So they're never going to get any confirmation. But with emotions running, and when you've got that kind of time left, not much, the world is going by in much faster speed than normal speed. I mean, the idea that anybody would have the presence of mind to think those kinds of, I guess it could be possible. That's why I made the prediction, because people are saying it. So there it is. You can count on me, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up with this.